In today's video, we're going to walk you through how to lower your cost per click inside Google Ads because the lower your cost per click, the more clicks you're going to be able to get, and the more clicks you'll be able to get, the more leads you'll be able to get within your budget each month. So what you can do first of all is come to your campaign settings, and where it says bidding, what you can do is first of all, if you're running a maximize clicks bidding strategy, which you typically do early on inside your campaign lifecycle, and you're running with maximize clicks, you can simply set your maximum cost per click bid limit to a lower amount. So you're basically forcing Google to get you cheaper clicks. Now, you obviously don't want to set this too low or else you just won't be able to get traffic at all. But lowering your maximum cost per click bid limit is the first and most simplest way of reducing your cost per click without actually having to do anything inside your account. But what you could do if you're running maximize conversions as a bidding strategy or using a target CPA, which I recommend once you actually have that conversion data inside your account, is what you can do is come up to portfolio bid strategies, because a lot of people don't know that you can actually set a maximum cost per click bid limit when running maximize conversions as well, but you do so at the account level. And just to briefly show you how to set this up, you just come to portfolio bid strategies and then just press plus portfolio bid strategy. And then you want to select target CPA because this will allow you to set a maximum cost per click. And when it comes to setting your target CPA, you want to set it for a number that usually what Google recommends because that's what on average you've actually been getting conversions for. So we'd set the target CPA for some number around £39 and you'd name it whatever your target CPA is plus whatever you're going to set your maximum cost per click bid limit to. But where you can actually set your maximum cost per click when using maximize conversions is going down here to advanced options, and where it says maximum bid limit, you can select whatever you'd be willing to pay per click down here. So when you notice that you're getting really expensive clicks inside max conversions, using a portfolio bid strategy is a really good way to make sure that Google doesn't go wild and give you a crazy high cost per click that you wouldn't mind paying if it turned into a conversion. But when you're getting really expensive clicks that rarely turn into conversions, it's nice to know that you're able to set a maximum cost per click bid limit when using maximize conversions also. Next thing you want to do is actually look at the quality scores of your keywords. And ideally, in most cases, you want to have quality scores of at least 7 or above to know that you have a good quality score and to know that you're not getting penalized by Google with a higher cost per click. So when you're looking at your keywords, you want to have columns for quality score, expected click-through rate, landing page experience, and ad relevance all pulled up. The reason being is that these are the three metrics that go into determining your overall quality score. So to improve your quality score, you can just improve each of these three metrics. And to do so, you just have to pull up columns, modify columns, go to all columns, and then under quality score, just make sure that you have those four columns selected. But what I would first start doing is looking at the keywords inside your campaign with the lowest quality score and seeing if that keyword would perform better if it was split up into a separate ad group with more relevant ads and landing pages. Because, for example, here, if chimney repairs here had a low quality score, we'd make sure that if the ads, headlines, and descriptions didn't mention chimney repairs specifically, or the landing page also didn't mention chimney repairs as much as it could, then it would be worth splitting up into a separate ad group where you have much more keyword focus in your headlines and descriptions and also on your landing page. Because that change alone is going to increase your expected click through rate because Google will see that your ad is more relevant, which also goes hand in hand with ad relevance. And having keyword focus in your ad copy is directly correlated with your ad relevance score. And also having that keyword focus in your landing page as well is going to increase your landing page experience. So looking at these three metrics then and seeing what we can actually do to increase our quality scores, we first want to look at our expected click-through rate because that's really the most important factor of the three in going to determining your overall quality score. And what you can do to improve that is firstly looking at the ad copy of that ad group that the keyword is tied to and seeing if there's any changes you can make. For example, having more keyword focus or making the headlines and descriptions more compelling as a whole so that the ad is more likely to be clicked on and hence increase your expected click-through rate. But using all of the relevant assets is also really important in having a high expected click-through rate because when Google sees that you're using all the relevant assets, they know then that you're making the size of your ad bigger, and the bigger your ad, the more likely it's going to be clicked on, and that's why your expected click-through rate will be higher when you use all the relevant assets. So if you're a service-based business looking to generate more leads, I always recommend using your image assets, business name, business logo, site links, callouts, structured snippets, and also your call asset if you're running responsive search ads. The more of these you have in place, the better because you're giving Google more opportunity to make the size of your ad bigger, And as we mentioned, the bigger your ad, the more likely it is to be clicked on. And that's really just going to help increase your expected click through rate overall. The next metric to improve your quality score to reduce your cost per click then is your ad relevance. And that one is quite simple to improve because it's simply a case of going through your ad copy and make sure that your keyword is mentioned in your headlines and descriptions. So if we had a low quality score, or if we had an ad relevance of below average here for a chimney repair near me UK, or roofers repairs, what we would do is go to the ads of this ad group and make sure that this keyword is mentioned, and your ad relevance will improve more or less straight away just from making that change. And to make sure you have a high landing page experience score, then it's also the same thing applies. So you want to make sure that you have keyword focus here in your headline and also further down the page. The more keyword focus you have, the more relevant Google will see that your landing page to be, and the more likely you're going to have a high landing page experience score because you're telling Google that you're sending people to the right place when they click on your ad. But apart from that, you also want to make sure that you're giving the users a good user experience on your landing page so that it's easy to navigate, has clear call to actions, provides the information that they need to know, and also apart from that as well, to make sure that the landing page loads quickly and is also fully optimized like you see here on mobile as well. And if you're using a landing page software like Landingly, I'll leave the link to that down below if you'd like to check it out. But using a landing page software in general makes the whole process of having a good landing page experience a lot easier than if you were to use a regular website builder. And now those are the three metrics that go into determining your quality score. And overall, the higher your quality scores are, the lower your cost per clicks are going to be. So I would spend most of your attention on improving the quality scores of your keywords if your sole focus is to bring down those cost per clicks. But what you can also do to give you a lower cost per click is improve your overall search volume. Because if you're targeting very specific keywords, very specific locations, and so on, then you're naturally going to have a higher cost per click than if you were to use much wider location targeting and a lot more different keywords because there's only so much search volume there within your budget. So, all in all, the more limited you are, for example, when it comes to anything, including even your ad schedule, the amount of locations that you're targeting, the amount of keywords you're running, ad groups, and so on, the less you have to work with inside your campaign, the higher your cost per click will be. So if you can afford to do so, adding in a wider location, running your ads for more hours of the day, and having more keywords in place. And on that point of keywords as well, naturally, if you're going to use exact match keywords, which I almost always recommend, the cost per clicks of those keywords naturally will be higher because they are more exact, and you know that any search terms under these keywords are going to have the same meaning of the keyword itself. So you know the intent is high with exact match keywords. But if you notice that your cost per clicks are just too high for the budget that you're working with, then using some phrase match keywords for your highest intent exact match keywords will also help bring down your cost per lead, because in general, the looser the match type you're working with, the lower your cost per clicks will be as well. So the main things we really touched on to bring down your cost per click was to do so manually by decreasing your maximum cost per click bid limit, or even setting a portfolio bid strategy if you're using maximized conversions, increasing the quality score of your keywords, which is going to have the highest leverage in bringing down your cost per click naturally, and also increasing your search volume as a whole by adding in more keywords, ad groups, locations, and ad scheduling, and so on, because the more search volume that you have, the lower your cost per clicks can be. So if you were looking to bring down your cost per click inside Google Ads, I hope this video helped. But if you do have any questions about anything we mentioned inside this video, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you are a service-based business looking to further refine your own campaigns as well, feel free to have a look at the link in the description. And if you do like this Google Ads related content as well, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as we'll be posting all things related to Google Ads here daily. And hopefully we'll see you inside the next video.